Well, hello and welcome to Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy. I am Sandy Sanders. I'm your host and creator. Welcome. Yes, to I believe we're episode 8 now, season 6. How's everybody doing? I'm super excited tonight to be with you on our Tuesday night broadcast. Yes, Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy. We are powered by CTR Media Network. And of course, I'm super excited that you are here with me on tonight. Well, listen, these ladies are on a tour and they're coming to share all about the book that is, yes, volume 3, Ladies in Tech. My dear friend, yes, we're talking about who but Kenyatta's Powers-Ruckers. And yes, she is here tonight again because why? Because the ladies are on tour. So listen, without further ado, I need you all to share this out, share it out to your community, share it out to your friends and family, and hey, let them know. Listen, Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy is on tonight, and I'm super excited to have these ladies on. And also mark your area tonight. Don't go anywhere afterwards because I'm doing a special episode, another interview at the end of this show. So listen, we're gonna have a break in between, but right now it is all about these ladies in Tech, Volume 3. And without further ado, listen, I am going to go ahead and bring these ladies on, and we're going to get our conversation started. Hey, there you go. Hey, ladies, how y'all doing? Hey, Kenyatta, how are ya?
I am well. Hello, Miss Sandy.
Yes, loving the hair. I love it. Listen, you have been on tour with the ladies. You've been on tour with the book. You got some exciting things coming up. And I'm just happy for you. So before we get our conversation started, we're going to have our intro that'll give all the ladies and everyone, including myself, to get it shared out to our audience. And most of all, listen, I want to thank, we are streaming TV now. And so I want to say hello to our CTR Media family. If you're watching us on the ROKU channel, thank you. Thank you for tuning in to the Speaker and Author TV channel. We're super excited to be a part of CTR Media Network, where we are powered by and heard in over 350 million viewers worldwide and 100 countries global. So lots of visibility, right? So listen, I need you all to hang tight. We're going to do our intro, and these ladies, we're going to get it shared out, and we're going to come back and get our conversation started with the authors of Ladies in Tech Volume 3. Okay, so hang tight with me, and we'll be right back, y'all. Yes, indeed. So thank y'all for tuning in, and thank you for sharing out. I am Dr. Sandy Sanders. I'm the host and creator of the Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy platform podcast. We host many authors, anthology book projects. And most of all, I say that it is for you. Why do I say that? Because you just might be looking for a good book to read. So without further ado, I am going to bring on, yes, my guest, my friend, the phenomenal, yes, I always want to call it Dr. But anyway, Kenyatta Powers-Rucker. Yes, indeed. Come on and say hello. You know we got to pray though. Say hello, and then we're gonna hit a quick prayer for the Lord, and then we're gonna get it started. Okay.
Hello. And you can go ahead with that, doctor, and proclaim it in the name of Jesus. Okay.
You earned it. Yes.
You've been calling me doctor for years, but it's okay. We're going to go with it. But greetings, everyone. I am excited to be here with a few of the authors of Ladies in Tech Volume 3. Thank you again, Miss Sandy, for having us. It is certainly always a pleasure and always a joy to be here at Coffee Conversations with Sandy. So thank you so much for having us.
You are so welcome. Well, y'all, let's go ahead and go into a word of prayer. And I'm going to ask Minister Audrey to go ahead and lead us in prayer, if she will. Dr. Audrey, if you'll lead us in prayer, and we will get our conversation started.
Father God, we come to you. Thank you for this miraculous moment. It is destined by your will, and we are grateful to be a part of such a glorious, glorious discussion and occasion. We pray over each and every author in this meeting, Father God, that you will bless them and give them the words of wisdom to embark upon the universe. Father God, we come with gratefulness and thankfulness and just glory into your name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Indeed. Ladies in tech. I want to share just a little bit in our audience. So listen, y'all, I am streaming. Those of you that are listening in, this is our streaming live, and also this will also be uploaded to our Spotify channel. We've got something that we're doing special this year. And so our Spotify channel, listen, Ladies in Tech led our highest volume viewage or listening audience on our Spotify channel. And so I am ever so grateful. We had quite a few. And so we've been on a hiatus a little bit, but this is going to be one of the many downloads going into the month of March. So I got some new announcements that I'll be making. But let's find out who Kenyatta Powers-Rucker is. She is Chief Information Officer, 27 years of technology and leadership experience, leadership coach, international keynote speaker, 9-time, but I know it's more than that now, best-selling author, visionary author of Ladies in Tech book anthology project. She's been featured in several articles and magazines. She is the 2024 top 25 doer, dreamers, and drivers, as well as the 2024 finalist for Black Tech Achievements Lifetime Achievement Award. I want our visionary author, we say hello to you again. Come on and greet our audience, and then we're going to meet these amazing authors that you have brought with you on tonight. And I yield.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Miss Sandy. Ladies in Tech, Volume 3, The Strength, the Strategies, and Lessons of Women Leaders. So it's definitely an honor to be able to talk about women in leadership. And as one of the visions behind Volume 3 is to give us our voice of women in technology in leadership. There are so many of us, right? People think, when you think about someone in technology, again, we really don't think about women. You certainly don't think about women of color. However, there are so many of us, and I really wanted us to shine. I really wanted people to see we are here and we're not going anywhere. That there are plenty, and not just that we're here. Leadership is really kind of dear to me, is especially of me being a leadership coach, and making sure that we have not just a leader, but effective leaders, to have leaders that care about the people, to have leaders that actually want their teams to grow. And so as we looked into what each chapter of the book should look like, I wanted to focus on a particular trait, a particular leadership trait. So each author has been assigned a leadership trait. They chose a leadership trait that resonates with them, that resonates with their story, that resonates with their history, that they can share of what they have gone through within that trait in their journey, and then providing the guidance and providing tips and so forth of what they have learned through their process, and being able to help the reader with that level of information. So not only of letting us shine as we should, but also teaching and learning for the readers, right? For understanding the readers to understand what is an effective leader. And we do have many effective leaders female effective leaders in the workforce.
Indeed. Thank you so much. I appreciate that information that you have shared with us tonight. Absolutely. Listen, those of you, as you can see, you've got some supporters and some co-authors, former co-authors. The phenomenal, yes, Dr. Thorpe is in the house with us on this evening, coming to celebrate. She says, hello, ladies. And also Cheryl Samuel is in our audience. She says, hello, ladies. Well, listen, at this time, thank you for that leadership. Listen, you all are definitely trailblazers indeed. At this time, I want each of the ladies to just come and share. Hey, Sabrina. Sabrina's in here too. Hey, Sabrina. She says, hello, good evening. Listen, Sabrina is going to be there somewhere where you see Kenyatta. You're gonna see Sabrina as well, and I love it. She in the background. A lot of times she'll moderate for me. So listen, I appreciate you. I'm putting you out there already. Okay, get them fingers to going. All right. Well, listen, those of you, yes, and you're tuning in. We're on with Dr. Kenyatta. We are on with Kenyatta tonight. Yes, indeed. We're going to believe it and call it down. Kenyatta Powers-Rucker, who is the visionary author of this amazing book, Volume 3. And we're going to now, let's go ahead and meet some of these amazing these authors on this evening. I want you to join me as we welcome to the stage and to the table. Let's go ahead and do that. As I see you on the screen, and we just call her Pratt, but Pratt, if you will, come on and introduce yourself, your corporate name and official name, and come on and say hello to us, if you will.
Good afternoon, all the ladies, and I'm super excited to see you again, Sandy, almost after a year, I think.
Yeah, it is.
My name is Pratt Sharma, Pratishtha Sharma. I go by Pratt. I have been here last year on the same platform and really enjoyed my conversation with Kenyatta and Sandy and other ladies in tech. And I'm back. I work for New York State here in New York, Albany, New York. And I work as a business relationship manager for the state government, which is a fancy way of saying I work for the clients in a long-term strategy. So we define the technology strategy for our clients, like where do we want our clients to be a year from now in terms of technology with constantly changing, artificial intelligence, new data policies and all that. And then define those long-term roadmap for our clients. And I'm super excited to be part of this Ladies in Technology book, second time in a row. Back to you, Sandy.
You're muted, Sandy.
Okay, I am just talking, y'all, excuse me. Well, listen, I am going to go ahead, Bethany Plaza, and she will come on and say hello. I had to put my reading glasses that I can see on. Okay, all right. Hello. All right, come on. Hello, and welcome.
I'm excited to be here, excited to be part of this project. I've been a leader in technology for 28 years. And a serial entrepreneur right now. I own Innovatio Tech Corporation and Bethany J. Plaza, LLC. So I have an IT consulting company, as well as I'm a certified business and executive coach that specializes in working with tech product and services companies.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your introduction. And we go over to Dr. Audrey and Becky, as she's known as, Chambers. All right, come on and say hello to us, if you will, and welcome back.
Welcome back. Pleasure to be here, guys, for all around the world here. I am the president and CEO of Anoma Healthcare Concept, and I am also a serial entrepreneur. So a little bit about Anoma Healthcare Concept. We were founded in 2013. We are all things healthcare information technology. We love to follow the trajectory of patients, whether they're having surgery, going to a doctor's visit, getting lab results, radiology procedures, or all things technology. And we stand up the technology to support making patients' lives safer. So pleasure to be here. Let's have fun again. And I was also a best-selling author on Ladies in Tech Volume 2. So I'm having a blast. Thank you, Kenyatta and team, and I'm welcome to come back again. I'm excited. Thank you.
Absolutely. I was so excited to have met you and all of you ladies. And listen, we had fun in Maryland, and that's a whole nother conversation. We'll be talking about that a little bit later. Absolutely. And Rajani, thank you so much for coming. Come on and introduce yourself, if you will.
Yep. Hello, everyone. This is my first time as an author, and I'm extremely grateful to Kenyatta for offering me this particular opportunity. I am what you call a business analyst, so it's kind of like a middleman that kind of has to play a really cool balancing act between stakeholders and the dev teams, and you're kind of like in the middle of everything. So transitioning from that, I'm also a blockchain tech kind of a founder, meaning I do involve myself a lot in blockchain tech and crypto technology. So that's one of the things that I'm doing apart this. So yeah, I'm excited to see what I can do. This is my first venture, and I am extremely grateful for this opportunity.
Absolutely. I'm super excited to have you here as well. Looking forward to hearing more about your story and your contribution. And yes, we have Lady Kenyatta. Am I saying that correctly or no? I probably didn't get it right.
And that's okay. It's Chanel.
Chanel, I'm seeing.
Yes,
Okay.
that's
Go on and
okay.
say hello to us, if you will.
Hello, everybody. My name is Chanel Collier. I first want to start off by thanking Kenyatta and all of the ladies of the Ladies in Tech Volume 3 anthology. This is my first time collaborating with the ladies, and I just want to say thank you to Kenyatta for the opportunity to share my story and just welcoming me into this wonderful community of amazing women. And also thank you to you, Sandy, for this opportunity and sharing your platform as well. So a little bit about me. I am in the Atlanta, Georgia area. I have over 20 years experience in driving business transformation and projects and technical projects. I currently work as a senior transformation analyst for a business process consulting company. And basically what that means is I lead teams in helping organizations with their process and technology implementations. So I'm really excited to be here. I'm very excited to share my story, and it's really nice meeting everyone and being here tonight.
Absolutely. And we're excited to have you here for sure. And so at this time, and many of you know, before we get into our conversation, y'all know we have to share a little bit about some information and who we are a part of, which is CTR Media Network. And I'll also be sharing some exciting news. I have a surprise for somebody. Yeah, you're visionary author, so she don't even know about this, I don't think. But anyway, let's hear from CTR Media Network, and then we will be right back, guys. Okay, so we can get this conversation started because I know you want to know all about these amazing, amazing ladies.
What's something people don't know about CTR Media Network? It's where content truly meets impact. At CTR Media Network, we believe in the power of stories. Our platform is a dynamic blend of education and entertainment, crafted to inspire and empower creators like you. From insightful podcasts to transformative videos, we offer a diverse range of content that helps you learn, grow, and thrive. Our mission? Innovating media, one story at a time. Imagine a place where your voice can reach millions, where your stories can reshape perspectives. That's CTR, Create, Thrive, Redefine. Join a community of visionary creators and make your mark on the world. Because here at CTR Media Network, your content doesn't just entertain, it makes an impact. So, are you ready to create, thrive, and redefine? Dive in and discover a new world of possibilities, where content meets impact. CTR Media Network.
Yes, indeed, y'all. I'm over here trying to do some background. He was talking way too fast. Hello, everybody. So listen, we're about to, yes, content meets impact. And so CTR Media Network, that's who we're powered by. If you are looking to be a guest on our show, we're super excited. We would love to have you on our show to share your incredible, incredible stories. Well, listen, let's go ahead and get into it. We are talking with the ladies who are a part of this amazing, amazing book project that is Volume 3. Now, this is Volume 3, and the Volume 3, it specifically has a what is the underline, the tagline, Kenyatta?
The strength, strategies, and lessons of women leaders.
Yes, and so that's what we will be talking about on tonight. And so I'm going to just we're going to do it in the round robin, the way that I see. And so each of these ladies are going to share their contribution to the book. And what we want to know is, most of all, and we'll do that, and when we come back after another announcement, I want you to let us know what you want the readers to walk away with after they have read their chapter. But give us a little snippet of what we can expect when we read your chapter. And so, Pratt, I'm going to go ahead and start with you. We're going to yield back, and we would love to hear from you about your contribution to Ladies in Tech Volume 3.
Thank you, Sandy. So I will start with a little bit background on me. I call myself an artist by heart, but an engineer by education. When I was in school, my parents kind of pushed me towards engineering, which was not my favorite thing in those days. And because I was pushed, I started a career in engineering, computer engineering. And for almost 10 years, I just was living my routine life, go to work, come back, cook, clean, sleep, and there was no vision. There was no thought process behind it. I was just living my work life. Around 10 years down the line, I felt like, what am I doing with myself? Do I have a goal where I'm going? And that's when I started thinking about my career more strategically. And I came up with a plan. So what is my end goal being in this position? Where do I want to go? I was a software developer to begin with. Do I want to continue my life like that? Do I have a larger vision? And so from 15 years ago, I came up with this plan where I wrote, what is my long-term goal? What do I want to achieve? And then I took my long-term vision for my career and divided it in smaller steps to achieve that long-term goal. And each year I defined some goals, like to achieve my goal 15 years down the line in my career. These are the things I have to do now this year. And after 25 years in my career, what I noticed is a lot of people are living a complacent life, a complacent career without a vision. You just go to the work, come back, don't think about, rinse and repeat every day. But I think some days we have to step back and look what is our larger vision and work towards it. So my chapter talks about the long-term strategy towards leadership, how to build your skills to have that long-term vision. Sometimes you have to step back to move forward, right? So having those balances and when and how to do those. My chapter is a deep dive in long-term strategy towards your career and how to build it. Back to Sandy.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Back to strategies. And yes, thank you, Pratt, for that. I love the fact that you talked about goals and establishing and setting your goals. This is my second opportunity to interview this amazing lady. And then I met you in Maryland. And so listen, great story. You all definitely want to grab the nuggets of what she is putting in this third volume. You were in volume 2. Correct. Yes, absolutely. Well, at this time, we're now going to hear from, our next Brittany, and Brittany is going to be sharing her contribution to this book, Ladies in Tech Volume 3. And I go ahead and listen, guys, I'm working from behind the scenes. Also, I want to give a great big shout out to the phenomenal, Dr. Nikki Ziegler. She's coming through. As you know, she is the CEO and founder of the Herpreneur Network International. Thank you so much, Dr. Nikki, for coming through. I certainly appreciate it. As well as Sabrina's in the background. She says, looking good, ladies, and greetings. Yes, she's definitely giving all of the kudos. And she says long-term goals settings for women leaders is essential. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and yield to our next author. Bethany.
So I feel, I don't even know what to say. I feel minimalized by Pratt because she had such a big strategy. I didn't. My situation was very different over the years. I went through lots of traumas and just became a really good solutions person. I knew how to solve problems, but as I was picking my chapter, I thought about the idea of resilience. I've been I've navigated decades of domestic abuse while leading global teams, managing a cancer diagnosis, between architectural reviews. This is probably the most authentic and open thing that I've ever expressed in the book. So what I've learned from it all, though, is that amidst surviving so many things throughout my life, I also learned a lot about leadership. And some of my darkest moments became the foundation for my strongest leadership lessons. So hopefully I can share some of the tips that I've developed over the years, and hopefully it's very authentic. I think women face different challenges, in their careers, especially in technology. So hopefully my experiences can be able to motivate and encourage some others who might be dealing with the same situations.
Wow, that is phenomenal. And it definitely lines up with what this book is all about. I had to put on my glasses that I can see out of, y'all. So forgive me, Bethany. I had to put on my glasses that I can see.
It's okay.
They kind of have, and I'm missing a thing. But anyway, until I get my other ones, I can.
It doesn't really matter who I am. It's just, what can you learn from all my mistakes?
Ladies in tech, listen, this volume is probably even alleged to it. And when she talks about diving deep and deep dives. So that's what this volume here, volume 3 is. It dives deep into the challenges, the triumphs, the strategies of women that have broken barriers. And you talked about, Bethany, as you were saying, about issues of trauma and dealing with, and how to navigate that, even in achieving the goals that you have achieved and the accomplishments. And so we look forward to hearing your portion of this book. And I love it how navigating through the complexities of leadership and paving the way for the next generation. At this time, yes, we are now going to hear from the phenomenal, yes, Dr. Audrey Becky Chambers Robinson. So come on and share with us what we can expect from your portion of the book.
All right, this is my heart. I'm going to take you guys on a 2-minute journey. There's a biology student who majored in biology pre-med, which is the study of life. During their freshman year, someone very dear died suddenly, which is a grandfather. You begin to go and study day and night to become excellent in your trade, pre-med at the time, rigorous study hours. You work at hospitals for many, many years and understand the importance of being a health ambassador. You come out and you become a research scientist at the height of the AIDS epidemic, and you're an AIDS clinical trial scientist searching day and night for a cure on the bench. You quickly cross over into the mainstream allopathic medicine and healthcare, and you're on the bench, on the microscope, diagnosing different stages of cancer. You're gathering data. You want to understand valid data to be able to treat the patient at a lightning speed so the physicians can diagnose the patients at a quick, in a minute. Then you cross over and you say, I'm going to get a graduate degree and I'm going to get another graduate degree. And you cross over and you raise your hand and you're the squeaky wheel in the clinical arena. And they put you on projects to start developing electronic health records and all kind of clinical applications and IT systems. And you work your way up into the top echelon of IT leadership. And then one day you get an epiphany that you want to go out and change the world, one healthcare system, one physician practice at a time, and you create a normal healthcare concept. Behind all of that, you want one main thing when you come to the doctor. You want integrity in a healthcare system. You want integrity in your lab results, your surgical procedures. And I'm here to embark upon the importance of integrity in clinical healthcare technology. And that's who I am, Becky, the president and CEO of a normal healthcare concept.
I love it.
Thank you.
That was yes, right, yes. We salute you and the amazing accomplishments, and yes, how important it is for you to have come out and providing all of this technology information in the medical field. And so thank you, the impact that you're making. At this time, yes, we are going to go ahead and one moment and bring up our very next author, and it is Chanel
Collier.
Thank you
Yep.
so much. All right, come on, Dr. Chanel, and share with us your contribution to the book.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sandy. So just to give you a little bit background about myself, my path into tech has been anything but traditional. I broke into tech without a degree and just a list of certifications. So my path took a lot of hard work and determination. I earned multiple certifications through my journey. But my story is a story of, with all of that being said, my journey to confidence and through adversity. So my chapter isn't just a memoir about my journey. It's a masterclass, if you will, about how I transformed adversity that I went through in my life into triumph, and how I went from doubting myself in my journey to confidence. And so in my chapter, I open it up by highlighting an actual challenge that many of us as women of color face in tech. And that's like feeling isolated and not having allies, which could really erode one's self-confidence, right? And it could be really discouraging for women who aspire to get into leadership roles. So one thing that I really, really hope that the readers take away from my chapter, I hope that they will take away and walk away feeling empowered and also having some real actionable insights that they can take away with them and implement, such as how we take life circumstances and reframe our setbacks that happen. And through my reading my journey, I hope what readers will realize is that every challenge is a stepping stone, right? And then I'm going to give practical tools like things that helped me in my journey, like journaling and really being targeted and strategic about my upskilling. And also the biggest part for me is the tool of community and mentorship. My chapter is a call to cultivate strong, supportive networks for women, because true leadership flourishes when we lift each other up. So I hope this chapter motivates women and really anyone that has ever felt undervalued in the tech space. This is a call to action to say to reclaim your power, champion your resilience, because that's what it took for me, and just really learn how to lead with courage. And that's what my chapter is about.
I love it. Champion your resilience. Here's what I grabbed is the tools. You talked about community. You talked about mentorship. You talked about lifting up others. And that's one of the common threads that each of you have, is lifting up others. That's what makes you who you are, the leaders that you are. And so, yes, this is awesome. This is awesome. And I want to make sure that our next author, when I bring you forward, do I have Rajani, your information? I'm going to be bringing her up next. And if you will, in the private chat, do I have your contact information? If not now, then we'll get that after you finish, and I'll run it across the bottom. But come on and talk to us. Let us know, what can we expect from you in this book?
So again, this is my first venture, right? Writing a book. Or at least co-authoring a chapter. One of the things that I found through past experiences, I didn't get into tech in the normal way. Prior to maybe about a decade and a half ago, in pretty dire circumstances. I mean, where I will say that we were probably, I was married back then, a little above poverty level, I guess, the poverty income level. It was tough because everything that we were bringing in was going out. And partly because I think I was stuck in a relationship that did not serve me at all. So fast forward about 10, 15 years, into it. What I've understood, and I think it was a process for me, it's a journey, because when you are in a survival mode and when you are in an abusive relationship, I don't think you think too much in terms of yourself, right? How do you access the empathy. I think one of the hardest things that people do, or one of the hardest things that people can do, is forgive themselves. It's the hardest thing that anybody can do. We will forgive our neighbors, our friends, and everybody, but it's ourselves, because certain times we kind of hold ourselves to that standard where we're like assessing every small, minuscule mistake or potential negative move that we've made, and we hold ourselves to that and we don't let go of it. That was my journey for the next 15 years, where it was the hardest to let go of my mistakes and forgiving myself and giving myself empathy. And I think that's where my focus went. As soon as we saw the choices and topics to choose from, the topic that I chose was empathy, because that was the hardest thing that I could do for myself, is to show myself empathy, show myself grace, so that way I can kind of rise above my circumstances. Not that it stopped me, but the fact of realization that empathy was so crucial for myself. Because once I kind of shifted my mindset from being critical of myself and showing myself empathy and grace, you become a different person. You think differently. You tend to put yourself in other shoes. I would say you would probably be able to make better decisions, because you're not critically thinking from a negative standpoint. It's more like, okay, well, this happened. How do I fix, how can I kind of give myself the support that I need or the love that I need to get past that? Same thing with our teams, right? We're all humans. We're all working with humans. So I feel that it's so important to kind of show grace and empathy when you're working in bigger teams, because no, organization or agency runs by one person. It's multiple people. It's managing those interpersonal relationships that kind of get you through a project being successful and being able to be delivered on time, versus, everything breaks through and you have a turnover. So empathy is the biggest thing. I feel that it's the hardest thing that people can kind of give to themselves. It's a gift that's the hardest thing to give to ourselves. So I felt that in that chapter, I wanted to emphasize how important it is to give yourself empathy, to give empathy to people around you, and be able to give constructive, steps on how to do that. And also, it's a takeaway from my own life experience, where I went through a bad relationship, divorced, depression. There's a lot of things that happened to me, but how I overcame those. And the fact that one of the things is my self-confidence was so low that I thought that I could never enter the tech world because I didn't have the certifications to do that. But drawing from that, experiences and courage that I have to do this, even though it was just survival mode, I was able to move past that, and to also show people. And the one thing that I would like for anybody and everybody reading this book or this particular chapter that I wrote is that anybody can start in tech. It doesn't have to be that you have to have X amount of degrees, you have to have X amount of certifications. No, you have to have the will and the compassion for yourself to do better, and the empathy for yourself to do better, to be able to do that. So my chapter focuses on empathy for yourself and for those around you, and how you build stronger teams by just being empathetic. So that's pretty much it. Back to you, Sandy.
You are welcome. Listen, yes, let's do it for sure, for sure. I want to hit these. Sabrina is in the chat, and she's actually moderating, and I appreciate it. She's got my back every time. And so this is what she was saying, empathy. And listen, how many of you would think that empathy as a gift? I thought I heard you say that. Was I correct that give that gift to yourself? To have empathy. Oh my goodness. That right there is stuck with me. And so, yeah, giving empathy to yourself and to others. So that's what, as she said, empathy is the hardest gift to give to yourself as a leader. And we want to welcome leader. This lady is a leader for sure, the phenomenal Michelle Martin Bonner. And she says, so true, so true. We are harder on ourselves than anyone else. Thank you for that point. And she even said women in tech is necessary. And she's giving you the hearts for sure. Oh yeah, and Ms. Collar, this is what Michelle said. She said, God qualifies Sister Collier. Yes, indeed. I love it. I love it. I wanted to make sure that you saw that. And this one really stuck out is Delia Oliver. She says she is getting goosebumps just listening to everyone's incredible stories and can't wait to read lit Ladies in Tech Volume 3, Strength, Strategies, and Lessons. So listen, as you can see, we are getting the love from our audience, and they're in there and just supporting even the other contributing authors to this amazing book are here to support one another, lift each other up. And that's what it's all about. Ladies in Tech, the strength, the strategies, and the lessons of women leaders. This is volume 3 with the visionary author herself, Kenyatta Powers-Rucker. I'm going to yield back, and Kenyatta, would you like to share what's on your heart? You hear these women and you've read their stories, and now the collaboration is coming together. What are you thinking right now?
Oh my goodness, I'm just in awe, and I'm just so happy, and I'm just proud that, you know, they have taken that step to share some vulnerable moments with themselves, to share with others so that we can gain from it, so that we can learn from it. So I'm just really so appreciative of each of the authors. And every time I listen to them and I hear their stories, I'm just grinning from ear to ear with pride. And so proud of each and every one of them just to take that initiative to want to share their story, and that their story can change the thought process and the mindset of other women in the tech industry. And that's one of my goals with this, right? And I know Chanel mentioned about her takeaways and the different things that she wants people to take away. And I know each author provided tips, they provided guidance. And that's what I really want to make sure is that as you're reading this, that you have what you need to take away so that you can use it in your day-to-day, that you can use it to be an effective leader in your organization. So there are 21 authors in Ladies in Tech Volume 3, and I am just so excited and happy for each and every one of them after I hear all their stories and more and more. And, you know, I hear and I've read, I did not want to read the whole book until I got the whole thing together, right? Instead of these individual chapters. So I'm excited to sit down for the day and just really hearing about from each of the authors. You hear tidbits on these interviews, but there's so much behind each story. And I've been with Pratt for 2 years. I've been with Sabrina for 3 years. And it's like I still hear different things. You know, I'm still hearing from them. I'm hearing different things. It's like, so I'm excited about it. So get the book, get the book, get the book. But we do have, I'm not very ready for this or not, but we do have the Ladies in Tech book launch that is coming on March 29th in Towson, Maryland. And yes, and that is March 29th, Towson, Maryland. We will have most of the ladies here. I think all ladies here will be speaking, and they will hear their stories more and more in depth. Of course, we just had a couple minutes and you got a little snippet of what their chapters are about and what they are about. But baby, wait until you hear their speeches that you will be hearing at the book launch. So I'm excited to even hear more from them. I'm excited for their opportunities. And, you know, I've heard from a couple others, and it really, I heard it in volume 2, but it really resonated in volume 3, where people were thinking they didn't think that they had enough to share, that they didn't think anybody was willing or wanted to hear what they had to say. And they just kind of put that fear to the side and still jumped in with both feet because they knew, now realizing that my story deserves to be told and my story deserves to be heard. So we will be hearing more from them at the book launch. We'll have live music at the book launch. We have some giveaways, VIP opportunities. So come on out, vendors. So come on out on March 29th at Towson, Maryland. You can receive your tickets. You can buy tickets at KenyattaPowersRucker.com, KenyattaPowersRucker.com. There's also sponsorship opportunities too. So in addition to the book launch, what I've also wanted to do is I've heard more and more about people not feeling valued. Ladies in tech, they're not feeling valued. So one of the things that I have also implementing in the book launch is an Ladies in Tech award celebration. So we had the opportunity to nominate different women in the tech industry in 6 different categories of excellence, category of recognizing women in the tech industry. So there are nominations going on. And so now we're in the voting process. So we have a total, I think it's like 16 or 17 finalists have been identified. We're in the voting process right now at lit-awards.com, where you can go in and vote for your favorite ladies in tech finalists. And the awards will be given and announced at the Ladies in Tech book launch and award celebration. So I've always, when I've heard from a young lady that said her company didn't really recognize her until she got an award from somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So now I want to make sure that people are heard, people are seen, and people feel valued for the work that they do, because we have some amazing women in the tech industry, amazing women in leadership, and I wanted them to be recognized. I wanted them to be recognized.
That is awesome. That is, I was looking for the flyer. If you will, go ahead and put in the private chat or in the chat how people can vote. That link, the LIT, the voting, if you don't mind, put that in the chat and we can get the voting and start voting. Yes, indeed. I think this is amazing. Ladies, I would like to hear from you, and this is kind of impromptu, what Kenyatta is making available to you as a woman in tech. How has this journey made you feel? And I want to address first the ladies who've never worked with Kenyatta before, and that would, go ahead, unmute yourselves and go ahead and just share.
I can go ahead and start first. So how has it made me feel? It has created a space for me to feel valued. It has created a space for me to be heard. It's created a space of support. So, and these are the things that we want all ladies in technology and in our space to feel like, right? Mm-hmm. So this is, for me, is truly going to be life-changing. It's life-changing now. And I feel like anytime that we are afforded an opportunity to share our story and have impact on other people's lives and a mindset is, it's changing, right? It's a game changer. So the feeling, undescribable for me.
I love it. It keeps you, I mean, when you do something at this caliber or a change in your life, yes, sometimes it's, you have to just sit in it. You have to sit in the moment and just do that. Yala Van Zandt is really, as she would help, I would hear her and we would watch. She said, I want you to sit in it. I want you to receive it and be present in it. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. Pratt, what makes this one a little bit different than before?
This was equally fun as the last time, but the topic was more interesting from my perspective. So I told you last year when we met that my whole journey of sharing it with the younger generation started with when my son was going to college, and all of his female classmates didn't want to take STEM as their stream. They were all worried to be in STEM, that whether they will be successful or not. That's where I started. But then eventually I realized it's not just STEM, it's leadership roles too. That's where women are always scared to take that step forward, that they're always more in a supportive role and helping people move forward rather than stepping themselves in front and taking the leader's seat. So when Kenyatta came up with the title about talking about leadership, that was very, very exciting for me. And I was right there. If you're writing on leadership, I'll be part of this team.
Okay, good. Awesome. Rajani, tell me, and you did briefly share as you were sharing about your portion of the book and your journey, but how has it been, again, anything that you may want to, that you didn't get to say then about working with Kenyatta? Come on and share.
I have Kenyatta and I have known each other on a different project, so I kind of know her. But
Okay.
working on something like this, because I followed her journey on LinkedIn and on the great things that she's accomplishing and doing, and I define her as a girl's girl. So championing for a girl's girl, that's how I see her. Because
Uh-huh.
putting a team together of 21 authors, female authors, a lot of times it's difficult unless you're in the same mindset and unless you're in the same thought process, right? Your ideas and your visions align. You're not going to be able to do it. But the fact that
Yeah.
she's able to do that and across the board, be able to communicate with all the authors and be able to help them, support them. This is just a platform that she's creating for people like myself, who are, although, I do other things, but writing was not something that I had actually taken up. But her being
Mhm.
able to inspire me in a way, just through her journey itself, like her journey on LinkedIn inspired me to kind of take that step.
Wow.
So I feel she's championing more girls, basically like, being able to be a girl's girl. And I love that. And I think I'd like to be more that way so we could kind of introduce more females in the industry, be empathetic to them and be able to kind of like take them under our wing to do that. And I think that's a perfect opportunity, perfect thing to do.
Yes, thank you so much. Bethany, come on and share with us. How has it been that maybe you now think and say, okay, I wanted to say this in your earlier presentation. Yeah, how has this journey been for you working with Kenyatta?
She's okay. No, I'm just kidding. She's great. You know what? This project has been so good for me. I've spent my whole life being that person who, looked like the duck, just flowing along the river, like everything works right, because I don't get vulnerable. I'm very authentic. I mean, I speak truth and have integrity, but I've never allowed people really to see what's gone on under the surface. Like a duck, they look really pretty, but they're paddling like Hades underneath, right? And so this project has really pushed me to grow in vulnerability. And I can remember when I first turned my chapter into Kenyatta and she sent it back, I'm like, oh, son of a gun, do I really have to go there? But it's helped me to grow. And I think that it can benefit other people, when they hear our stories.
Yeah.
And realize that you can be successful and you can still have a lot of junk happen to you. It's how do we overcome? I was always Miss Positive. I still think I am. But I think by being authentic and vulnerable with one another, we can create a real team spirit, a real sisterhood. Yeah. And so I think it's really helped me to grow. So I appreciate that, Kenyatta, even though I will deny that later.
Well, she says she'll deny it later. Well, that's what it's all about. This is the strength, the strategies, and the lessons. And it seems as if you've also embraced the challenges that you've gone through, the personal challenges. I'm sitting here and I remember seeing Oprah Winfrey in an interview. Someone was interviewing her, and she recalls being in the shower, crying her eyes out, just bawling. Her tears are within her shower water. And she said, shake it off. And also Gloria Mayfield Banks shared that same exact testimony of being in the shower, crying it out. And then when you do all of that, then you get out, you put your cape on, you put your clothes on, and you step out in your strength. So that's what this is so amazing. I want to hit on something. This being volume 3, and what made Kenyatta go ahead and do volume 3? She's already, accomplished the #1 bestseller title, excuse me, of volume 1 and 2. So yeah, that's a question for you. I've got you in the hot seat. What made you want to do 3?
Well, I'll say when I was in the middle of 2, I said, I'm not doing 3. I'm not doing a 3. I'm not doing And then I had a few people tell me, well, as soon as you have, and I never really shared that with anyone, but so when is volume 3 coming up? So when are we doing volume 3? And I want to be in volume 3. And volume 3, I said, okay, God, let me pray about this for a minute and see if this is something I'm supposed to do. But then when I thought about it, my initial goal for volume 3 was to focus on skills, like the different positions in technology. being a scrum master, project manager, all these different things. I wanted to focus on the position. And but God said, no, that's not what I want you to do right now. I want you to focus on leadership. I want you to focus on leadership. And so that's when it took me several months actually to even put this out, because I'm toying with what the topic is going to be.
Yeah.
But I really felt like leadership is something that needed to be heard and needed to be seen. And wanting to other folk to see that, yes, there are women in tech and leadership. And yes, it's just as well as good for us. It's just as good for anyone else. So this is kind of where I wanted to focus on leadership. So as I kind of put a little plug in about volume 4 that I'm actually contemplating on right now, that may be about the different positions in technology for women.
So did y'all hear that? Did you hear that? Listen, I want to kind of put a little bow on this and encourage our audience. You may be listening to us now. You may be listening to the replay. You may be listening to the audible that will be up, that is here. So listen, it was the ladies in tech sharing expertise for a successful career. That's volume 1. That's when Kenyatta and I first met. Then we have ladies in tech changing the face of technology. Listen, that right there opened up a whole world. And Kenyatta and she just opened up my eyes, and I feel connected to you all. I'm not a techie, but I'm bootlegging and I'm I've been adopted into the group. But because I have a heart for this lady, I have a heartbeat for what she does. I have a heartbeat of the impact that she is making. We talk about, I tell her, I said, yeah, we don't think about the fact that I want to put my single cup of coffee, my single cup underneath the coffee pot. And I'm still old fashioned. I still have the drip thingy. Yeah. But, we don't think about that. We don't think about how you're impacting, these ladies are impacting the technology world. And then she opened me up to so much more. And that was meeting the ladies, the ladies in tech. And here we are, ladies in tech, talking about the strength, talking about the strategies and the lessons of women leaders. So I'm just super proud of what you've accomplished and what you and the ladies have accomplished. What I'm going to do now,
Sandy, I just want to really give I think I want to give input on that, just as the other authors, of how I feel and why I joined it, and to uplift Kenyatta. I really believe in my heart that Kenyatta really is in a sacrificing position to lead for everything that she's went through in life and dedicated her life for many, many years of service. I believe she wanted to lift that up, to a voice to be heard, a voice of change, a legacy to be left, to be an example for women. Any woman that's been a single parent to raise a child, any woman that's gone through any marginalization, any struggles in life. I believe she wanted to be a voice to move the needle, to make people get uncomfortable, to be comfortable, to come to the limelight, even though we go on our days and we have success. And then we have nights where we cry and we're alone. I think she wanted to be a voice, to have people to come to the forefront, even though you've sacrificed all these years and you've climbed many ladders and you've had to scrape and get to the top, that you deserve to be here. You deserve to be seen, not just ignored, and that we are excellent in what we do. And I think she wanted to create that environment to be victorious, to have us stand very strong, even though we go through losing loved ones to death, or we go through certain avenues of abuse and work and business avenues and things like that, that we, through the eyes of a mother, we have boys, we have girls, and we're strong, and that we have vision and we have strength, and that we can go on and do great things in spite of all the challenges we have in life. So I think she took a sacrificial positioning to do healing for herself, healing for others, and to bring us to the forefront, to get through everything in life and to encourage and inspire.
That's good. That's good. Listen, you all need to be in Maryland, is all I got to say. Go ahead. Uh, get a group of girls and y'all drive, okay? That's all I'm going to say. But be in Maryland, be in Townsend, Maryland. Yes, you do. On Saturday, March 29th. Yes, at 11 a.m., Ladies in Tech, the award ceremony, along with the book launch. You're going to meet these incredible women. And I recall whenever Kenyatta grabbed that mic and she opened up her mouth, and I was standing over in the corner, and I was just like, and she said, I belong here. And what you were hearing, what we heard her, is that goes back where she was in boardrooms and people didn't think that she belonged there. Mm. And I grabbed that, dear. I did. I grabbed it. And she said it with such confidence. I said, you better go ahead. If I could have thrown my stiletto, I would have, for sure. But that's the fierce and the leadership in her. I was like, you better go ahead, letting us know, yes, you belong here. And you help others have their voice, that they're saying, I belong here. So listen, be in Townsend, yes, for the awards, for the book launch. Meet these incredible, incredible women so that you can be there, okay? Well, listen, we are about to wrap up, but I have a little surprise that I want to share with Kenyatta. I don't know if you got my email or not, but in the month of March, Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy will be honoring women in the literary world, the visionary authors that have come across our platform over the past 6 years. And yes, we are going to be honoring you in the month of March. I am super, super excited. The email, and you got to tell me what date you want to pick and you want to come on. But yes, listen, I want to celebrate you along with others. So if y'all will just let me share this, she deserves, she's let me in her world. She's been consistent with me and just believing in what I do. And I'm about to cry. So she believes in what I do, and I'm just humble. She could have picked anybody else, y'all, but she did. So I'm just going to play this little intro here, y'all. Mark your calendar for the virtual kickoff on March the 4th at 7:30 p.m. Stay tuned. Let's come together to celebrate the powerful voices of women in literature. I cannot wait to highlight your stories and your contributions. Stay tuned and mark your calendar, for we are here to celebrate authors that are making an impact. That's a little snippet. We've got some more. So you all mark your calendars. Join me. We will be virtually live every Tuesday evening, every Thursday evening during the month of March. I know you may be having you may have other things on your calendar, but you can always go back and listen to the replay. Yes, and so I'm super excited. You'll know, we'll let you know, and we'll have her flyer up whenever she selects her date that she can join us and receive her award, her virtual award, and we're going to get it out in the mail and all that good stuff to you. But I love you, and I thank God for you.
Oh, thank you, Miss Sandy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am truly honored. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're among one of the recipients, and listen, you're my top tier there. And I said, yes, indeed. So you've got the congrats. And I want to give a shout out to your author, Adelia, Miss Oliver. She's been out here moderating as well. And yes, indeed. Thank you. She says, congratulations. And yes. And Michelle says that, yes, you are a servant leader. Want to say a great big shout out to Brenda Moultrie, who is always in our audience. She's like our ambassador, and I appreciate her so, so much. So listen, guys, before we wrap it up, I'm going to have each of the ladies to come through and just tell us where they can be found on social media. Also do their plug for the book release and their bestseller campaign. Kenyatta will be back. You're coming back next week. I got you. We've got you coming on for your last interview. We'll be wrapping it up. And yes, I'm trying to make a decision. Am I going to drive to Maryland? I'm going to fly. Y'all pray for me anyway. I think I'm going to drive. But anyway, just had to put that in there. So anyway, anybody want to join? We're going to hit the road. We're going to hit the road and go to Maryland. So at this time, I'm going to start with the ladies that are here. As I see you and I've called out, oh yeah, let me bring Miss Collier back. I don't know what happened. There you go. There you go. So as we have each of you to come across and just share where people can find you, where they can locate you, as well as just your last words that you would like to share. And Pratt, I'll start with you.
Hello. This was a great conversation with everybody. You can find me on LinkedIn. Just search for Pratishtha Sharma. I think it's such a unique name. You won't find the second one. And thank you so much. It was a great conversation with Sandy, and thank you, Kenyatta, for giving us opportunity to share our stories. This was a fun journey with you, and for all the audience, I'm looking forward to meet you, talk to you, and maybe we can inspire each other for our future journeys. Thanks. You're on mute, Sandy.
Rajani, I'm going to go ahead and let you go next because I want to share where your information is and let people know. Pratt, did you tell us where people can find you?
On LinkedIn.
Okay, on LinkedIn. Okay, so that's your contact as well. Okay, Rajani, come on. There's yours.
All right, so you guys can contact me either, well, that's my email, my LinkedIn, and my X, they're pretty much my handle. So those are the only places that you can find me. And I hope to connect with you guys more. And again, Dr. Sandy, thank you so much for the opportunity for hosting us. It was absolutely beautiful and thrilling. I've never been on a live podcast, so this is awesome. There's a first for everything, right? So I'm kind of happy that checkbox is done.
Okay, absolutely. And there's Pratt's information. Let's see, I got hers running across the bottom, Pratt. Let me do this right here. I want to make sure that, y'all bear with me here. And where are you at? Okay, I got you up here somewhere. Let me open it up so we can put yours. You're on LinkedIn as well. We try to give it. Okay, there y'all, audience. There it is right there. And we'll also be putting it over in the comments as well. Okay, and we have Dr. Audrey. Come on and share with us. Yes.
Just as you see on the screen, guys, Audrey Becky Chambers Robinson, Facebook, LinkedIn, and on my personal website, Audrey Becky Chambers-Robinson.com. Dr. Sandy, a pleasure to be here. Kenyatta, glory to you. Thank you, my queen. And I just want to say, if anybody's sitting at home and they need a mentor, they don't feel left alone, everything you can find is within Ladies in Tech to ally with, to go to the next level. So we welcome you in.
I love it. And Bethany, if you will, come on and share.
You can find me under Bethany Plaza on LinkedIn, also bethanyplaza.com, and also innovatiotech.com. And I look forward to supporting any other women out there or men that feel like they need some mentorship. And I'm excited to be here too. I thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. And we have Miss Collier. Yes, if you will, come on and share.
Yes. So you can find me on LinkedIn as Chanel Collier, and all other social media platforms is The Real Chanel, spelled the way that you see it on the screen. So The Real, SHYNNELLE. Thanks again, Sandy. This was wonderful. Also, my first time being on a podcast. So this was a lot of fun. And again, kudos to you, Kenyatta, for just making this happen for women like us. And thank you so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sabrina. She is one of the authors. Yes, indeed. She's at 1, 2, and 3. Is she not? Is she been in all 3? Yep. She's been in that background, help moderating. I always, yes, I told you, when you see Kenyatta, you're going to see Sabrina somewhere around. I love it. I love it. Thank you, ma'am. Yes. And she is congratulating you as well. Adelina, Oliver, yes. Thank you for coming through. And I'm going to be I'll show you, go over to Kenyatta's Facebook page and you'll find she's got the panel, who's going to be on the panels and all of that great stuff. And yes, CTR Media Network CEO and founder has come through to say hello and give us some hearts. Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, we appreciate you. I do. We do. We do. And you can find us, as we said, we're streaming live now on ROKU channels, and we've got some other channels out there, and I'll tell y'all what that is in just a moment. But as we get ready to wrap this up, yes, I want to yield back, as I always do, to the visionary author to share their last words, their last thoughts of just what's on their heart tonight in this journey of as she reaches toward that next goal of being another visionary author and bestseller, probably in several different categories, but for sure, Ladies in Tech, Volume 3. Yes, the phenomenal, yes, Kenyatta Powers-Rucker. And I yield.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, what I did forget to mention was we do have our bestsellers campaign, which is going to be on March 4th. So please mark your calendars. Please help us and support Ladies in Tech in becoming Volume 3, becoming a best-selling book for Ladies in Tech Volume 3. 1 and 2 are bestsellers, and I am reassuring that Volume 3 will also be a bestseller. So March 4th, mark your calendars, and we will have more information from the Ladies in Tech. We are currently in pre-sales right now. The authors, you've heard their information of where you can reach them, and you can reach them at their contact information to actually get a early copy of the book. The books will actually be available. We're pre-selling right now, but the books will actually be available the week before, the second or third week in March. But you can get the book from any of the authors that you just heard of their contact information. And again, we are, I don't know if you can hear me. Everything just went blank. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, so, but the book launch, once again, is March 29th. I'm just going to keep going with it. The book launch is March 29th, and the award ceremony, again, is March 29th. So I just thank everyone for listening. Thank everyone for attending. One of the big things I always encourage people to do, leader or not, is to lift as you climb, right? So as you are moving forward, as you are moving in your career, think about the shoulders, number one, that you have people have stood on, and that how you can help other people and pull them up alongside you. So always think about giving back, being a mentor, being a sponsor, or whatever it may have you, that you can also support the community and support other women in the industry. So thank you all so much for joining us. I truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you again to my fabulous authors of Volume 2. I certainly appreciate each and every one of you, and thank you so much for participating.
Absolutely. We appreciate you, don't we, ladies? Absolutely. Listen, keep March 4th open. I tell you all, listen, I tell you in the audience, put it on Post-it note, put it on your head, put it in your phone, put it on your calendar. Listen, on the refrigerator, March 4th. Lots of things are going on, but listen, I would rather that you all push toward that #1 bestseller. Listen, ladies, though they're writing for the first time, it's nothing like it. It's just going to make you feel to stand just a little bit taller, okay? And so that is amazing. We're looking forward to you reaching, yes, that goal of being an Amazon #1 bestseller, which we know that you're going to do in Jesus' name. We believe that. So I've got one more message going on down here, and let's see before we end and wrap it up. Yes, Sabrina is saying we need everyone's support. Yes, indeed. What we were just saying, the March 4th to achieve their bestseller status. Okay. All right. Well, listen, it has been a pleasure tonight to be with these phenomenal women. And as always, here at Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy, you guys know that I love you. Listen, put that date. Look out for the Ladies in Tech. They will be right back here with another group of authors next Tuesday evening at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 Central Standard Time. And as always, you guys know that I love you. I need you to share this out for sure. And we just want you to have a great night. All right. Be blessed. Take care. And we're going to wrap it up, and we'll talk with you guys soon. Okay.
Stay.